All right, guys, so I'm up in the wilderness. You can see behind me, it's definitely cold. First order of business is to get warm, right? So I actually recently met Dale from Fortress Clothing at one of the prepper cons in my state, and I was really impressed with what he had. Fortress Clothing provides some serious cold weather gear that packs up into what they call the bug out bag. It's a set of boots, a balaclava, gloves, pants, and a coat that makes some amazing base layers. They're not waterproof, but they are meant to keep you warm even if they get wet. They're an extremely exceptional piece of gear. We're gonna try these out. Now that I'm up here in the snow, I'm really freezing here with my with my coat off, just here in my t-shirt. So let's go ahead and put these on. I've got this compressed pretty well. I think the only thing I couldn't fit in was the boots. Everything else I was able to fit in the bag very, very easily. Okay, so here is our balaclava. Now, from what I've seen, it's not the most flattering gear, but whew, being that I'm pretty cold right now, I don't care. Okay, we got our gloves. Here's our coat right here. Oh, no, I'm sorry, those are pants. Here we go. That's the coat. Okay, guys, let's get this on and see if it makes a difference. Now, you'll see the neck gaiter coming down. It's supposed to protect from some wind protection, I imagine. Make sure there's no exposed skin. Okay. When I saw this demonstrated at the PrepperCon, literally made you look like one of those guys that practice with the attack dogs. It's so padded, but yeah, instantly I can feel myself warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and slip these gloves on here, these gauntlets. So I have the top half on for right now. I don't have the pants on or the booties, but I can tell you, I feel a difference. I definitely feel the warmth kicking in. Obviously, you're seeing some sun shining down on me right now. I think what we need to do is let me warm up a little bit, and there's a stream right over here. I'm gonna try getting these gauntlets wet and seeing how they actually still insulate when I'm wet and in snowy area here, and what they do for me. Let's give this a try. Right behind me here, actually I have some flowing water. What I'm going to do is go ahead and take this glove right here. I'm going to put this gauntlet on, and I'm going to get my hand in that water. We're going to see just how well this insulates and keeps me warm while it's wet. Down we go. Whew. Okay, so it's definitely not waterproof. Well, there we go. Whew. Yeah, okay. I can tell you that is not, whew, let's get the water out of there. They're not waterproof. I was surprised at how long it took the water to seep in. Part of that is because the lining, the outer lining of this is actually a windproof shell. So I feel like the water really only started seeping in at the seams. All right, so I just wrung it out, got basically the water out of there, and surprisingly, it's actually warming my hand up right now. It's slowly but surely coming. Tell you the truth, now it just feels damp, but it's warm. And I'm actually warming up. That's pretty impressive. Okay, let's try them both on here. Again, I mean, looking at myself in the camera here is not a flattering look. I totally get that, but I still think as a piece of emergency gear, there's a lot that can be done here. So I'm going to put both gloves on, one wet, one dry, just so we can get a good comparison between the two in terms of warmth. There we go. So definitely feels wet still, obviously. I mean, it's going to take some time to dry out like any fabric. Surprisingly though, my hands are about the same. I gotta tell you, I mean, you can see one's a little darker than the other, but yeah, I could wear that, and I think the heat, what's left of the heat on my hand, is just gonna push, you know, that water away from me, and let me continue to set things up with that gauntlet on, retaining my body heat. I think you have something like this stuffed in your car as like an emergency kit, or, you know, just stuffed down into your bug out backpack, you're ready for cold weather no matter what. So I've got my shelter up. It's built, ready to go. I actually had to take the balaclava off. I was starting to sweat. Funny enough, I mean, it's pretty wet with sweat. I mean, that was the whole point of getting that stuff soaked. But even the wind kept me completely warm. So right now there's only just a little bit of a breeze, but when that wind hit, even though I'd been sweating, kept me warm just fine.